What's up, guys? Sexuality here with another look at some of the figures we got this week. Today we're looking at Series 5 of the DC Multiverse McFarlane Toys Super Friends figures. So in this wave, we have Black Vulcan, Wonder Woman, Superman with Mr. Misflick. I can't say his name. I think it's hard to say his name. I tried it. I'm doing the pronunciation earlier. Misflick. I can't. Yeah. Anyway, so farmer Superman with this guy, and of course, just like Series 4, there was other characters in the line, but they were just repaints. I mean, we have the alternate universe Wonder Woman, and then the crystallization of Superman, and then the black Batman. And although those three were GameStop exclusives, and you had to go to the store to pre-order them, I didn't bother. I do want that, of course, the alternate universe Wonder Woman, but I'm not. And the only reason why I got this Superman, well, there's actually two reasons. Number one, Mr. Misflick. I'm sorry, I can't say his name right. And of course, they say this Superman is a little different. There's a darker shade of blue on him, which looks nice. And he looks, I was okay with that. But the mashed potatoes, or the pot roast of the whole feast, the main course, is Wonder Woman. So I'm very excited that I was actually able to grab these three. Black Vulcan looks cool, but this is the reason why. And it's so funny how, like, I had set my alarms up for any pre-orders, and for some strange reason, on the day that they pre-ordered this, I put the wrong timer. So I initially missed out on these guys. But GameStop still had them on order, and lo and behold, I was able to grab them. So, and it's funny thing, I got them before, I think Amazon hasn't shipped theirs out yet, or Big Bad Toy Store, or any of those. So I actually lucked out. So anyway, of course, the Super Friends, we've discussed this many times before. The packaging is just that. You just see the Super Friends in there. It's really cool to see Wonder Woman in this line. And then of course on the back, it's just, again, I do love that artwork, but unfortunately for any villains, there's no villains in here. Is Black Vulcan back here? I do not see Black Vulcan. Interesting. But, yeah. I don't know. I have no clue of what's going on. Of course, it's already time's up for McFarlane. Supposedly there's some more releases coming up, but I haven't heard anything about any more of these Super Friend figures, which is sad. But we'll talk more about that later. So yeah, here's the packaging on each one. You saw Wonder Woman looking great. She looks good. I like that blue streak in her hair. She looks really good. Her face sculpt looks nice. I'm actually looking very forward to opening that one. And then Black Vulcan. He actually looks more navy blue than black. So that's interesting because of the blacks and yellows. Excuse me, sorry. And Farmer Superman with Big Blick as an accessory. So interesting. Just like the monkey, I guess they did it that way. All right, so let's get these guys out of the packaging and get a closer look at the Super Friends Series 5, Wonder Woman, Farmer Superman, and Black Vulcan. We'll be right back. All right, let's go and get started with Black Vulcan first. I guess least to best, I guess. I don't know. All right, so as you can see, he looks really cool. I like those colors are popping. You got that navy blue. I was thinking of in black. I believe the one I have, it's the classics version, is black. So I don't know. They changed the colors a lot. Of course, even in the card is black. So not sure what happened there. But yeah, I'm sorry, I'm looking at this thing. And then you got the yellows on there. I mean, look, he looks cool. I mean, these are just basic figures. There's not really a lot going on. Not a lot of articulation. But as you can see, here's the head sculpt. Looks cool. I mean, it does, like I said, it does look a lot like the animated series, which came out a long time ago. His head rotates only, side to side. Arms go up. There's just one little joint here. Got those yellow gloves, and then his, we got the open hand here. I guess we can fly, and then he's got his gripping hand there. This way here. Then you got the decent, backside. Like I said, I'm not checking out figures. I'm just saying some of the other ones, the first ones had the horrible looking geriatric butt. Sorry. All right, so there's a little bit of paint thing going on here. I don't know what happened here, but it looked like a little bit of stress, but it looks all right, I guess. And of course, the knees just articulate there. You can move this up and down. You can sit them down. Sit down, sir. There's no articulation in the feet. So I think that's would have been a little bit better if they had articulation here, just a rotator. Oh, that would have been kind of, you can rotate that. That's interesting. I never knew you could do that. But, at least I wish they had like the little, whatever, swivel here on the foot. That would be kind of cool. So he doesn't come with a lot, which is very disappointing. He should at least come with a lightning bolt or something. He just comes again, like most of them come with a little comm link. This is a $10 figure, man. I think these are like $23. They raise, God, the prices of figures now. Everything is crazy now. I just hate being an adult. But then again, who's gonna buy me my figures, right? Here's the card, and like I said, this is black compared to the blue, so I don't know why. But it's cool, guys. And here's a crossover of the other ones. Like I said, there's that black intergalactic Batman. There's Wonder Woman. There's Farmer Superman, Black Vulcan, the alternate universe of Wonder Woman, and then that crystallization of Superman. See how Anyway, let's move on. Let's go ahead and get the next figure out. We'll be right back. All right, next up is Superman, or we could say Farmer Superman. Now, all right, let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. So I usually these figures I display at my work, but every summer we gotta take down, I could have kept them up, but I didn't want anything to happen while I wasn't there, so I take them down because, they clean the office, they clean the area, so I don't think anybody would have went in my office and stole any of these, but I just took them down. Plus, I'm going to do a little change in there. I'm going to actually bring these guys back to my place, and then I'm going to move the Super 7 G.I. Joe figures to work. But anyway, so I was actually able to, normally what I do is when I put the figures away, I store them at work, but I brought these back. And the reason I'm talking about is I got the Superman back. Let's zoom out a little bit. So we can do a quick comparison on him. Of course, like I said, the colors are darker on this one. Is the face sculpt the same? Yeah, the face sculpt's the same, but like I said, everything is darker. I think the cape's the same too. But you got the different colors. You got the lighter blue on this one and the darker blue. So that's okay. But we didn't get this Superman because of just Superman. We got it because we got to make him a farmer. Farmer Superman. I do not remember the episode, but I got to relook at it. First, here he comes with this farmer's hat, which is hilarious. I mean, really? And then he's got a hoe. And I ain't talking about Wonder Woman. He has literally a hoe, like he goes hoeing. He rakes or whatever this thing, these hoe down the vegetables. This is ridiculous. I mean, I don't remember the episode. It's hilarious to me. It's just all good and fun. What did I do with the filing card? Oh, here it is. So here's the filing card. You got Superman hoeing it down without his cape. He took off his cape. He was hot up there. And then you got Mr. I can't say his name. And then, of course, we're going to cross that. And, of course, here is Mr. Mikalik. Now, this guy looks really cool. It's kind of funny how this is an accessory. It's just kind of like Mondo, man. They're doing what Mondo does. And they make a lot of these side guys they made the side guys, you know, what do you call it? Accessories. But he looks cool. And this is a good reason to get this guy. I'm sure after aftermarket, this is going to be a lot of money. But I really wish they would have done some articulation, at least with the hands, arms going up. That would have been kind of cool. But yeah, here's and this orange and purple. It looks really neat, you know. Yeah, so cool. I don't know if I want to pose him as Farmer Superman. Probably, just for the fun of it. Now, of course, what really frustrates me about McFarlane is their accessories are always bigger than their hands. Like, I gotta really, like, push it in. So, yeah, here's Farmer. I'm sorry, that looks hilarious. But, yeah. All right, let's get Miss Wonder Woman out. We'll be right back. All right, last but not least, the reason why I got this set, and I'm glad that they finally did her. I was hoping, like I said, like I think this is probably the last wave. I mean, I hate to say it, and I've been dying wanting Giganta and wanting the rest of the Legion Doom figures, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I really don't, unless, like I said, unless there's a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive that I don't know that's coming. Stay tuned if there is. I hope they continue, but if they don't, we got Wonder Woman at least. We got Wonder Woman, we got Cheetah. Those are the two that I really wanted in the line. So, of course, you have to have Wonder Woman. Here she is looking gorgeous. This is a gorgeous figure. Look at that hair. This is nice. Look at that beautiful face sculpt of hers. Very classic. Of course, with that big old head, you can't really move the head too much. But look at those little blue lines on the hair. That's nice. They did a good job with this one. Actually, I really don't have any issues with the females in this line. Let me say that again. The females in this line are killing it. All right, so here's her classic suits with the yellows, reds, and blues, and the whites on the stars on the leg, on the shorts. Got those bracelets there. The star, it's kind of like a star right there. Yep. She has basically gripping hands, I guess. I don't understand why. Maybe the lasso. You can put the lasso on that. Those nice legs of hers, and you got those boots. Can she stand? Can she stand? I don't know. Nope. Yeah, she can. La! She's gorgeous. I am really liking this. Like I said, the female figures are killing it. All right, so let's go and look at the trading card now. I mean, I think the face looks a little different than what it would be. Maybe because the eyes are darker. Maybe if they're slanted a little bit. But still, it looks cool. I mean, she's iconic. This is an iconic character. What can I say? Nothing like the classic. All right, so she does come with that horrible Comtech thing, blah, blah, blah. And I noticed that Superman didn't come with one. I wonder why. And then, of course, her lasso, the lasso of truth. Just a big string, yellow string. But, yeah, I mean, that's really cool. I'm in love with her. I love it. All right, let's get these guys all together to get my final thoughts on the DC Collectibles, DC Multiverse. Wait. DC Multiverse, not Collectibles. Multiverse, Todd McFarlane's Super Friends, Wave 5. All right, here are my final thoughts on the Series 5 of the DC Multiverse McFarlane Toys, Super Friends, Black Vulcan, Wonder Woman, and Farmer Superman. All in all, cool, awesome. Disappointed though we didn't get some of the other villains, the Legion of Doom. Just like the last wave, this is just the rest of the figures are all just repaints. I mean, it's all about making money. The highlight, of course, is Wonder Woman. She looks gorgeous. The only thing I did have a nitpick, and I didn't mention it, is I really wish she had a holder on the side for her rope, because, you know, her rope, in order to, you have to untangle it and all that. I really don't want to mess with that. Also, having Mr. Miggle there with Little Farmer is really cool. I mean, this is a decent series set. It would have hit out of the ballpark if we got Scarecrow, if we got Giganta. That would have been freaking awesome. I would have been so excited. But, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, I don't know what the series holds, if we're going to get any more. Like I said, time is running out. I don't know if they're going to do any more. I know that McFarlane is doing an Entertainment Earth exclusive for some of their superpower friends. So maybe they'll pick them up and finish. I don't know. All right, do you guys collect this line? Let me know in the comments, and until next time, we'll see you later.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.